Hi, and thank you for being here today. I'm here to tell you a little bit about the different challenges involved in the Highland Games in Scotland. Have you ever heard of the Highland Games? Have you ever seen men of brute strength, even women as well, throw lead balls as an athletic challenge? What are these challenges that these men and women compete in? The history of the Scottish heavy events by C. Black describes the Highland Games as unique in challenge and requires great practice, conditioning, and brute strength. Picture men and women training for years to compete in these different events. Not only is great strength required, but accuracy and precision. Today I'm going to walk you through 3 different events of the games and special facts about each one. The first is shot putting. What is a put? A put is thrown using a square push from your shoulders, and the throw is using the hand behind the shoulder to curve the missile. As defined in M4's Volume 20 of the Outing, the missile is held with the fingers for some, while the others hold with the whole hand. No firm grip is required, kind of like bowling. This game is different from the other 2 games that I'll describe, as you don't have to be the strongest to compete in it. You just have to have the precision to throw the put. The average man does well to put the shot 25 feet, but the record holder for a 16-pound weight is 46 feet. A shot putter can stand still or use a maximum 7-foot walk for momentum. The next event is called the hammer throw. Hammer or weight throwing requires official pure muscle, as it's considered a heavy game. The official newsletter of the Scottish Association recorded the farthest throw at 141 feet. Hammer throwing dates back thousands of years, go to Ireland BC 1829, starting at 7 to 17 pounds. By 1866, firm weight had been established at 16 pounds across the board, so there was no discrepancy in weight changes. S. Brown of Oxford has the record of 120 feet since the weight restriction had been established. So he threw the hammer throw 16 pounds, 120 feet. It actually originated in Scotland using a blacksmith sledge with a handle 2 foot long, 6 inches wide, and then the ball was 3 feet wide. It's now made with a lead or iron sphere, and the handle is a whalebone for easier grip. The process of the throw involves standing in the regulation circle, similar to the 7-foot walk that you can use for the other event as well, with your back facing the trajectory path. Balsam fir is usually placed on the hands for a firmer grip to the whalebone. Swing the hammer above the head several times. There's also no regulation to that either. You can swing it as many times over your head as you like. And then you would just launch it forward. The next event is called throwing the 56-pound weight. The 56-pound newsletter considers throwing the 56-pound weight a heavy game requiring brute strength. The missile is similar to the hammer throw, as it's made of a lead or iron ball connected to the handle by a staple, like a large carabiner. A missile ball is connected to the handle, cannot be more than 16 inches long. It also originated in Great Britain, and athletes previous to 1888 in the game had to stand stationary. After this time, a 7-foot circle, similar to the other games, had a run momentum, so you could use the 7-foot instead of staying stationary. It takes more strength than the hammer shot, as the weight is heavier, about 30 pounds, and it's usually thrown about 12 to 14 feet. The process of this throw is to use the hands side by side to handle onto the grip, lunge back with the weight on your dominant side, carry up and over your head, and turn the body for your swing. One-handed swings are acceptable as well and may provide smoother motion than a two-handed. Side swings are also acceptable, and there have been records made in side swings, but they look a little awkward and they tend to be less effective. Between the leg throws are also acceptable, but this can be detrimental to the hip and abdominal muscles. In conclusion, there are other games involved in the Highland Games. However, these 3 I feel provide the most, require the most brute strength and training. The games have been re-regulated over time for safety, like we had discussed. There were also light events that were canceled, like running, jumping on 3-legged races, wheelbarrow races, etc. They've been integrated to different events to allow the Highland Games to be a heavyweight event. Interesting fact, the weight for height ratio has been dominated by Americans since World War II. I hope you have a better understanding of what challenges are involved in the Highland Games, so if you ever get to visit these games, you can be a knowledgeable spectator. Thank you.